Hi everyone, I'm Yumiko SLA. I did my presentation SLA. SLA is achievable for both adults and children, but of course there are obstacles such as a critical period or negative transfer. If you go over a critical period, it's going to be hard for you to acquire another foreign language. Negative transfer is, for instance, we Japanese people can distinguish the difference between L and R sound. So that's what happens when we can't produce R sounds in English. Next, bilingualism. I put early bilinguals, receptive bilinguals, and late bilinguals. Early bilinguals are the people who are born and raised in two different languages, so they are fluent in both languages. Receptive bilinguals are the people who do understand what people talk about in their second language, but they can't produce the second language by themselves on their own. They just receive the input. Late bilinguals, I would say late bilinguals are more like us, where I mean people who start learning another language later in their lives. Okay. Quashing is one of the most famous people who contributed to second language acquisition. I chose 3 hypotheses out of 5. First one, the natural order hypothesis. Basically, what it says is there is a natural order process that we go through when we acquire another language. The second one, the affective filter hypothesis. When we are anxious and nervous, language acquisition won't be successful. So we just have to relax. Lastly, the input hypothesis. According to the textbook, it says humans acquire language in only one way, by comprehending message, which means input, at a level slightly higher than they are currently able to understand. So we should take input. So we just have to expose ourselves where you can have a lot of input. But this hypothesis contradicts intellectual studies by Lang. So intellectual studies focuses more on negotiation of the meaning. Okay. SLA can be taught by implicitly or explicitly. Researchers like linguists, they used to divide it on the question which is better. So how do we facilitate second language acquisition? We have to do oral collection, which can be divided into rehearsed and prompt. Prompt is considered to be explicit collection, which is good for lower level learners. So how oral collection is what causes noticing. How do we make noticing happen? To make that happen, we have to do input enhancement, output, processing instruction, repetition, and planning. Okay, let's go down here. When we learn about second language acquisition, we shouldn't forget about individual difference and personality factors, which I think it has a lot to do with SLA. Individual difference can be divided into learning styles and cognitive styles. When it comes to cognitive styles, there are 2 different types. F1, which means field independence, which I will say it's the ability to focus on one thing, to pay attention to one thing, and to understand each concept. But on the other hand, field dependence is, I would say, it's more like it's the ability to grasp the whole picture of one concept. Okay, lastly, personality factors. There are emotions, aptitude, motivation, and willingness to communicate. Yeah, that's the overall of my presentation. That will be it. I don't know how many times I try to videotape of myself. Everyone have a good weekend. Thank you.